Next up, we have Cool Edge Night from the Sonic Unleashed Planetary Pieces soundtrack, original soundtrack, Volume 2. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, all that good stuff. One of them paid subscriptions. Support this channel as much as you want, but not at your own expense. 2 disclaimers. Number 1, this is my first time hearing this track ever, so I will be pausing a lot and I will be talking a lot. I will be speaking a lot as I will be pointing things out and explaining things as I hear them or as I realize them. So don't go on my comments complaining that I'm talking too much or that I'm pausing too much. I'm warning you right now, that's what I'm about to do. And number 2, this is recorded live on stream on a single take. I just stumbled upon my words. I will do it again. It's the last one of the day that we're doing on this stream. So whatever happens, happens. With that being said, let's do this. Sonic. Let's go. Of course. So we start. I love how unpredictable Sonic music is. So we start with a bass, but this is a keyboard bass. This is a keyboard bass. A bass line giving us what could be our initial motif slash riff. So a motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, and nowadays we have the concept of the riff. So a riff is usually going to be a motif plus an ostinato, which ostinato means that you repeat it over and over and over again with little to no variation, usually without variation, plus guitar, being played on guitar, bass, or in this case, a keyboard. Keyboard. There you go. I can spell, you see? I can't read, but I can kind of spell. So nowadays we use riffs for most of the music. And the reason why is that motific development is a complicated art, because it's a very raw version of your musical idea, and usually it's going to involve a lot more work than just a riff. For example, the most famous motif of all time comes from Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Ba-ba-ba-bum. That is the motif. That is the entire motif. That was what? Maybe a second long? Probably less. Beethoven wrote 45 minutes of a symphony using that 1 second motif, developing that motif in so many incredible ways, and every work after that, every single work that Beethoven has after the Fifth Symphony contains that motif. He realized it was the greatest motif to ever be created in the history of mankind, and he made sure to use it. However, for that, you need to be able to understand all the intricacies of that. A riff is a lot more flexible because you can then put something on top of the motif of the riff, and you can build songs, you can build rhythms, you can build a lot more in a way easier process, making it a lot more accessible, allowing you to not have to be a composer that spent 20 years in academia to be able to develop and compose a 5-second piece. You can actually just write music using motifs, using riffs. And yeah, we're having that with the keyboard. That's the first 5 seconds. So, and no, the bottles aren't the points. To see how many points you have, it's Botrix points, so exclamation point points. And we're not taking more requests tonight. This is the last one of the day. Let's see where this goes. Violins. A synth. Okay, so now we are having this little bit of counterpoint. So we brought in some violins, giving us this really cool downwards run in what I think is a stinger. So stingers in music, I don't think we've talked about a lot about stingers. How often do I stream? I aim for Monday through Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we do LFAs. Wednesdays is Jam and Shred. And sometimes we do Saturdays as well. Like sometimes I can't do like Thursday or Friday, so we push it to Saturday. So yeah, we aim for 5 days a week. So yeah, the concept of stingers. This is usually one-offs that you're gonna get from instruments. And they're going to be short, they're going to be sting, they're going to be very, very poignant, and then they're not going to show up, most likely not show up again. They're used sparsely, and in this case, we have that. And now we have a second line from a second synth, giving us a little bit of counterpoint. Counterpoint being the study of melodies, how they develop, how they are, how they interact with one another. Usually, counterpoint is used in the context of how two melodies work together, even though they're independent from each other. There is the concept of motion in counterpoint, which is the direction in which the melody goes. In counterpoint, we use that to mean relative motion. What is the relative motion between two melodies? We have three types. We have parallel, we have similar, and we have contrary. So when it comes to parallel motion, you will have two melodies that are doing the exact same thing, going the exact same direction, just from a different point in the scale. Similar motion is usually, they are both going to be roughly the same direction, except there's going to be a lot more intricacy in between the two. And contrary motion just means if one goes up, the other one goes down, and vice versa. Right now, we are having the riffs with a mix of similar and contrary motion between the bass and the upper keyboard. So, no, valid user, that is objectively incorrect. So, let's see where this goes. Little bit of drums, hi-hat. Oh my god, dude. Okay, I'm bringing it up. So, the importance of drums in music is so unbelievably just... I'm bringing it up. Drums can really, really change. Your rhythm section can really, really change the vibe of everything, the connotations, how every single second feels. If you want to see the most obvious example of this, the intro of The Mirror by Dream Theater. Yes, everybody's freaking out on chat because I'm saying it. Yes, Mirror by Dream Theater. The first minute of the song, the guitar is doing an ostinato, the same thing. Chong chong chong, chong chong chong, chong chong chong, chong chong chong, for a full minute. Drums, synth, bass changes around it, and it completely changes the feel of everything. And in essence, something like that is happening here. So, really, 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 really cool. All bark, no bite, Thomas. Go ahead and bite. All right, let's see where this goes. Ooh. We add some chords now. Okay, so we add a third layer with rhythm. Really cool syncopated rhythm. So what we're doing here is that we're slowly adding more layers of repetition to this whole thing. It's a really cool way of making music. It's basically we're making a loop, and we're just adding more layers on top of the loop, and each layer is going to have its own unique way of adding stuff. It's a tricky type of music to make because when you're making music, you want to keep a careful balance between what is new and what's familiar. Too much familiarity, too much repetition, you risk boring the listener, they tune out. Too much new material too quickly, you risk overwhelming the listener, they tune out. So loop-based music, the risk that you have is that you are repeating the exact same thing over and over and you're just putting more stuff on top. You have to really figure out a way to make it engaging. Right now, really engaging. We added, first it was the bass, then we had the second synth, then we added the drums, now we added this other keyboard. Really, really cool. And each of them is doing something unique, rhythmically unique. There's no doublings right now. Nobody's doing the same thing exactly. And they're all doing their thing while building this whole thing as a whole. Man, this is... will I ever do the mirror? If Dream Theater doesn't immediately copyright the stream, then I will. But they immediately copyrighted the stream last time, so I'm not going to do it. So let's see where this goes. Oh, really cool. Listen to that, man. This synth reminds me of a vintage story. Okay, so now we remove a couple of the layers so that we can bring a melody high up above with another variation of the motif. Very beautiful melody, and this is loop-based music, so by now we've introduced a bunch of the elements, And a good way of developing this is to remove some, add others, and then just mix and match the different elements. Good stuff. Let's see where this goes. Oh, really cool. I know that this is older than Vintage Story, or I don't know, the amount of times we've heard this type of motif in Vintage Story with such a similar synth in Vintage Story is wild that this is actually Sonic the Hedgehog. It's awesome. This is really, really cool. But yeah, like, go listen to any of the other Vintage Story tracks we've done. Very, very similar motifs over here, engaging in chromaticism. So, chromaticism is when you go out of the scale that you're using. Because when it comes to Western music, we use the chromatic scale. The chromatic scale is 12 tones. The 12 frets of the guitar, basically. And out of those 12 tones, usually you will pick 7, and those will make your scale. Chromaticism is grabbing whatever other notes weren't in that scale, the ones that are in between that you didn't use, and using them as a way of smoothing out the melody that you're doing in a chromatic way. It gives you this little sense of slight dissonance, a little bit of sliding, and it smoothens out everything else. Let's see where it goes. Black and white keys on the keyboard, hence chromatic. To an extent, yeah. To an extent. They didn't used to be black and white. They used to be just brown and browner because of how keyboards used to be designed. Like, the whole white, black and white color scheme was more for the pianoforte when they started using... I think it's ivory that they started using first for the piano keys. But yeah, it's that concept. So nowadays in this game always gets cut off by the abrasive battle music. That's a downside of video game music, that you will get something like that. Let's see where this goes. Okay, so developing the motif and further, just having a very long melody, and yeah, basically now we are taking the drum beat that we have, we are removing the layers, we're keeping the bass and drums where they are, and we're just exploring melodies now. Structurally speaking, not much else is changing. We're just exploring melodies, exploring the motif while everything else does the thing. Let's see where it goes. Oh, and now we have a piano doing some of the chords that the other synth was doing a little bit more than that. How many times are you going to say the same thing, dude? Come on, come up with something good. God damn it, dude. God damn it, dude. It's fuck yes, that's what LFA means. Come on. Come on, dude. At least bother making something good out of it. Come on, dude. I know. I already told you. I know you're not familiar with the concept of putting in effort, but do it. Come on. Make your parents proud for once. Let's continue. Oh, man. Yes, hidden. Yes. Oh, we go to another melody now? Ooh, that sounds like one of those, like, keyboard harmonica things. That sounds like a keyboard harmonica thing. Is that the best you could do? Say that I don't put effort into my appearance? Is that the best you can do? Do your parents change the subject when you come up in conversation? I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure they do. Let's see. So yeah, now we've added an extra layer on the right side. And calm down. Oh no, that's not even my final form, don't worry. I have so many more. I have so much more. So now we have an extra. I just realized next to the bass, there's another synth on the right ear now that bounces back to what the bass is doing. It's really fun. Let's see where it goes. And for the first time this whole time, we just completely, good idea. Yeah, there we go. All right. So for the first time, we just bring in, and it's not because you were annoying, it's because you were bad at it. We bring in a complete break from everything. Just complete break from everything. And valid user, don't humanize him. So we bring in a break. We just leave like a filtered version of the drums. And we come back to the climax of the piece. Having that little break where there's no, like, the whole loop, because we've been having the same loop for almost 2 minutes. 2 seconds we did not have it, and pretty good. Let's see where it goes. And yeah, again, when it comes to climax, you want to revisit as much as of the material as you've done previously. What are we doing? We just put all of the layers that we were working on. This piece was, a bot definitely followed. So we're having that one is not a bot. So we are having the every single layer that we've done so far, because usually this is how this music is composed. You compose all the layers together, and then you retroactively make the rest. And that is exactly what is happening here. Every single layer you're hearing right now, it was composed this the first time, and then retroactively we layered the rest of things. So let's see. Oh yeah, Kick has that, yeah. I put that. Let's see. Oh, we let down a couple of layers. Still really, really cool. Let's see how this ends. The stinger again. We bring back those synths, those chimes with the bass, no drums. I'll explain in a moment, Hidden. Remind me. Ooh. Oh man. And there you go, a couple more loops, and there you go. It ends like that. Man, that was good. Like, considering how tricky it can be to make loop-based music, because this whole thing was a loop. From start to finish, the same bass, the same drums, the same exact thing, and it looped the whole time. Still managed to keep it interesting for pretty much the entire track. So really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. There you go. That was Cool Edge Night from the Sonic Unleashed soundtrack Planetary Pieces Volume 2. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what has happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, all that good stuff. And, Hidden, thank you for the follow on Kick. And if you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3 seconds, I will be linking it down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on live stream, go to the Discord, link down below, go to the LFA requests channel and follow the instructions on the pinned messages. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you don't live in Europe, that's fine. The full stream schedule showing in your local time zone up to date is on both the Discord and the Twitch, both linked down below. And follow the gaming channel, because of course we have a gaming channel. We are on YouTube. What else could we possibly have? Games Are Bastard. That's where I put the recordings of the VODs of the after show gaming that we do. Yeah, this was the last request of the day. Link down below, Games Are Bastard, or just search for it on YouTube. Same username as James R. Bastard. You swipe the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. Cool Edge Night, really good stuff, man. That was fun. That was a good loop. But yeah,